I have not encountered. But the news that I just received is that the Chinese ambassador received satellite image of floating objects in the southern corridor, and they will be sending ships to verify. The Beijing government will announce this in a couple of hours. This floating object is 22 meters long and 30 meters wide. Sorry? I wouldn't know. This is all I have. This is all I have.
Excuse me.
As stated in this note, the Chinese government will be announcing this in a couple of hours. So I think the media will be fully aware of the actual location and more details regarding it. Diplomatic, logistical, and technical efforts continue in the search for MH370. As we intensify the search and rescue operations, the overall emphasis remains the same, using all available means to narrow the search areas in both corridors. In the northern corridor, in response to diplomatic notes, we can confirm that China, India, Pakistan, Myanmar, Laos, Kyrgyzstan, and Kazakhstan have verbally informed the search and rescue operations that based on preliminary analysis, there have been no sightings of the aircraft on their radar. With respect to the southern corridor, today 2 Chinese Ilyushin IL-76 will arrive in Perth to begin operations. The Shanxi Y-8, which arrived yesterday, will be operating from Subang Air Base in Malaysia. China is also sending an additional 2 ships from the Andaman Sea to join the 5 Chinese ships already in the southern corridor. 2 Indian aircraft, a P-8 Poseidon and a C-130 Hercules, arrived in Malaysia at 1800 last night to assist with the search. HMS Echo is currently in the Persian Gulf and is en route to the southern corridor. The ship is equipped with advanced sensors that allow it to search effectively underwater. 5 aircraft and 2 merchant ships were involved in the search and rescue operations in the vicinity of the objects identified by the Australian authorities, which are approximately 2,500 kilometers southwest of Perth. Despite improved visual search conditions yesterday, there were no sightings of the objects of interest. Operations continue, and today they plan to search an area of approximately 10,500 square nautical miles. The Rescue Coordination Centre Australia anticipates that 6 aircraft, 4 military and 2 civilian, will be visually searching the area. 2 merchant vessels will also be present during the search operations, and HMAS Success was due to reach the search area at 14:30 today. Generally, conditions in the southern corridor are very challenging. The ocean varies between 1,150 meters and 7,000 meters in depth. In the area where the possible objects were identified by the Australian authorities, there are strong currents and also rough seas. A cyclone warning has been declared for Tropical Cyclone Gillian, which is located in the southern corridor. Very strong winds and rough seas are expected there today. The briefing for families in KL yesterday went well. The briefing in Beijing, however, was less productive. Despite the best intentions, I understand there were tense scenes. I have received a report from the Malaysian high-level team, as well as a copy of the declaration from the Chinese families. I've asked the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, together with authorities in China, to investigate what had happened. We will continue to engage with the families. We are working hard with Chinese authorities and the Chinese working group to create a more conducive environment for the briefings. I've instructed my technical team to do a review of both findings so that we can improve them. We appeal to all parties to be understanding during the extraordinary and difficult time. My pledge to all the families, wherever they are, is the same. We will do everything in our power to keep you informed. In respect of the transcript, The original transcript of the conversation between MH370 and the Malaysian Air Traffic Control is with the investigation team where it is being analyzed. As is standard practice in investigations of this sort, the transcript cannot be publicly released at this stage. I can, however, confirm that the transcript does not indicate anything abnormal. On the matter of MH370's cargo, the cargo manifest is with the investigations team and will be released in due course. Preliminary investigations of the cargo manifest has not shown any link to anything that might have contributed to MH370's disappearance. As was stated yesterday, all cargo carried on MH370 was in compliance with International Civil Aviation Organization and International Air Transport Association standards. Over the past 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, the search for MH370 has taken many twists and turns. From satellite images to eyewitness accounts, we have followed every lead and investigated every possibility. Today, we are focused on leads from the satellite images announced by the Australian authorities on Thursday. We continue to be updated by the Australian authorities on an hourly basis. I know the roller coaster has been incredibly hard for everyone, especially for the families. We hope and pray this difficult search will be resolved and bring closure to those whose relatives were on board. I would like to take this opportunity also to thank all 26 countries who are with us in this effort, from ordinary people to highest levels of government. I would also like to pay special tribute to the men and women of all countries who are putting themselves in harm's way in the search for MH370. As we speak, people are sailing through a cyclone to help find the missing plane. We are immensely grateful to all our partners for their efforts.
Skrip yang dilaporkan dalam Daily Telegraph adalah tidak sahih, tidak tepat. And I have to inform that the transcript between the aircraft and the controllers as reported in the Daily Telegraph is not accurate.
Di selatan, koridor selatan tadi, dua negara telah pun dikenal pasti untuk memimpin usaha mencari dan menyelamat, iaitu Indonesia dan juga Australia. Dan apa jua aset lain seperti saya umumkan tadi daripada China. Dan juga semalam apabila saya bincangkan bersama dengan Sekretari Hegel, perkara-perkara yang dan aset-aset yang tercanggih, kalau sekiranya ada dan boleh digunakan, saya telah pun dimaklum oleh mereka bahawa mereka tak teragak-agak untuk membantu. Tak pernah putus asa dalam hal ini, dan itu merupakan satu tuntutan khususnya daripada keluarga. I have never given up, and the thoughts of the family members have always been closest to me. And this is something that I can give an assurance to all the family members out there. As long as there is hope, we will continue with the search. Those are my immediate impressions, and that is some commitment that I personally, because the question was personal to me, I will give to all the family members out there.